meaning that he was a Sahabi, no doubt. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will reward him in Jannah and forgive him, no doubt, and we hold him as far as we are concerned, much, much higher than anyone else in the world. But as far as the Prophet ﷺ was concerned, that if your intention was to marry this woman, and you made hijrah for that, then your hijrah is to her. Your hijrah is not to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So in Islamic work, when we say that we do this for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we have to appreciate the seriousness of the statement. Because it's not easy. It's what? It's not easy. When the Prophet ﷺ received wahi the first time, in Ghar Hira, he told Khadija, alayhi salam, she took him to her cousin, Waraqah. And Waraqah was a very learned person. He had studied the Torah and the Injil and Christianity, Judaism and everything else. And he turned around and he told the Prophet ﷺ that your people will persecute you for this. Your people will do what? Persecute you. He didn't give him a pat on the back, shabash, mashallah, alhamdulillah, mubarak. He said, they'll kick you out of your hometown. Right, this is reality. So the Prophet ﷺ couldn't understand the depth of what he was saying. He said, are they going to kick me out? I belong to this country. I belong to this land. I am a citizen of Mecca. This is my land. Right? This is the land of Quraysh. This is the land of the Kaaba. I belong here. Why would they kick me out? His own people will persecute. So Waraqah then informed the Prophet ﷺ, understand what you're getting into. So when you do Islamic work, and your motivation is something other than pleasing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then you might want to stop and think twice. Listen to the hadith, listen to the Sahaba, listen to the Quran, listen to the Prophet ﷺ, and check yourselves. Check your intention. Why am I doing this? Because doing something with no reward in this world it is dangerous. It's difficult. Human beings need to hold on to something tangible, right? Now, God forbid something happens in someone's family and they lose somebody. So they need a shoulder to cry on. Is that correct? Is that true? You need counseling of some sort. You need somebody to help you go through the grieving process. That's usually the family, the spouse, the brother, sister, son, daughter, whoever. But that's necessary as human beings. You can't live without each other. So likewise, in the field of da'wah, in the field of Islamic work, and being dedicated to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reassured the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam time and time again. Time and time again. And then he gave the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam very unique human beings who reassured him time and time again. Yasin wal Quran Hakim, innaka la min al-mursaleen ala sirat al-mustaqim. This is a reassurance from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. By the noble Quran, Yasin, referring to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, wal Quran Hakim, by the noble Quran, the generous Quran, innaka la min al-mursaleen, we are telling you. Okay? We are testifying that you are from the messenger. If the Quraysh says he's a liar, then you don't have to listen to him. We are saying, innaka, indeed you are, لَمِنَ الْمُرْسَلِينَ عَلَى صِرَاطٍ مُسْتَقِيمٍ, you are on a straight path. So if the whole world goes against you and tells you you're on the wrong path, we are telling you you're on the right path. There's a reassurance from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala motivating the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that keep on going. You're on the right path. Keep on going. People will reject you, people will refuse you, people will laugh at you, people will mock you, people will jeer you, and people will stab you in the back. But you are on the straight path. Noon wal qalami ma yasturun, ma anta bi ni'mati rabbika majnun, wa innaka la'ala khuluqin 'azim. Again, reassurance from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that you have such moral standard that is beyond all human beings. You're not a madman. You're not possessed. They can say what they want, but we are telling you as your Lord, as your Creator, as the one who's revealing this to you, that you have perfect qualities. You're not mad. You don't have a demon in you. And then there is the reassurance of Khadija, radiallahu ta'ala, time and time again. She would reassure you, no, it's okay. You're not the one who is possessed, and you're not the one who is going astray. They are the one. And then Abu Bakr was there from day one. And Ali was there from day one. Uthman was there from day one. Then later Sa'ad ibn al-Waqas was there. Then Hamza radiallahu anhu was there. Then later on Umar radiallahu anhu came. And this is all reassurance from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the form of human reassurance. So the Prophet ﷺ was blessed and motivated because he had divine reassurance all the time, and he also had human reassurance all the time. Right? So when we lack motivation and we go on to a low end, as human beings do, human beings, they don't stay on one straight line. That's boring. Right? If we were all on one state all the time, then we won't enjoy the fights we have in our homes, the arguments we have with our children, and the fights we have with our spouse, and because that's fighting of life a bit. Otherwise, okay. Haji, Ji, I'm Jessica, yes, honey, whatever. You need a little spice in life, ups and downs. Huh? So likewise, in Islamic work, in community work, you're going to be faced with ups and downs. It's normal. I mean, you don't have a monopoly over it. So when you feel down and you feel everybody's here, wake up. This is reality. So what you need to do, you need to find support within each other, from each other, and say, it's okay. This happens. وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. Right? So if you want to remove yourself from the state of loss, as a community, how do you motivate each other? That you give wasiyah and you give advice to each other of the truth. That if you are wrong, you should take correction and improvement from others. And if you are right, then you should be motivated and you should be inspired to be patient from others. Who's going to do that? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will do that. If you claim Allah is going to inspire me, then you are a prophet. Don't fall into that trap. Right? Say, this person's inspired. This human being, this book is inspired. Or when I read the Quran, I'm inspired. That you can say. But don't claim Allah spoke to you. Otherwise you end up in an institute somewhere, locked up. You don't want to do that. Claim that yes, when I read the Quran, I'm inspired. I get motivated when I read the Quran. This is the divine word. That's fine from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But what I'm saying is that when we look into the seerah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the seerah of the Sahaba, with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and after the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we find inspiration. We find a source of motivation. So, if we want to continue to be motivated in our leadership programs and in our Tarbiya programs, and perhaps once a month, we may want to read some of the stories of the Sahaba, collectively. Some of the stories in the Seerah, collectively, this is what they did. And you will find that that will keep you going. That will do what? It will keep you going. Why? So they were much better than we are. And if they went through this, then this is a piece of cake. Right? In reference to what many people think is, a global plight of the Muslims, and perhaps correctly so. Allah for crisis, as was the reference. Correctly so. But at the same time, the correct approach to this crisis is not that you lose sense of purpose, not that you lose sincerity in purpose, but you remain motivated. Why? Because you're doing this for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can change things overnight.